Hey, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Bull City Hangouts 317. Happy St. Patrick's Day. I'm Pat Murray. I publish the Durham Skywriter, that's Durham's online community paper. And with Bull City Hangout, basically I tell you what's happening today in Durham, and then I invite you to join me on camera. I actually have it set up for 2 guests already, so that's why I didn't provide the link today. But anyway, I'm going to tell you what's happening today in Durham, and then we'll hear from somebody really, really important from the city and county. There's a fantastic program happening tomorrow that I want you to know about. So let's get started. I am on the Word page of the Durham Skywriter, that is the government and nonprofit information page. And as always, I do like to point out that both the city and the county have really helpful programs to help you out. For example, there's a program to help you with your water bill if you have fallen behind. There's a program called the 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟 program, which runs until the end of this month to help you with your heating bill. Also, there are 2 different versions of an eviction diversion program. The city has one, the county has one. So read about that on the Word page. And whatever you need, check out the Word page for more information. Okay, also the city has, for the kids, the water conservation poster contest. So that's going to be really super fun. I hope that your kids already do best to create something wonderful. With the topic is the power of water. So read about it on the kids page, which is Zoom, and also the Word page. And the deadline to enter, by the way, is next Friday. Okay. Also, let me tell you about the Durham Tech, Durham Technical Community College's Small Business Center. It's downtown. They do have free workshops. Everything's online, of course. And I did take the liberty to enter some workshops that are being held across the state. All virtual, so why not? And they're all free. So just sign up in advance. In fact, I'm going to one this afternoon later on. But let me tell you what's on the docket for today. At 1 o'clock, effective grant research, show me the money, how to find prospects that want to fund you. Again, this is free from 1 until 2:30, so check that one out. Also, 6 o'clock to 7:30, creating landing pages to drive business. That's the one I'm attending. And then from 6 until 8, how to use paid online ads to promote your business. That's another good one, but of course I can't be in 2 places at the same time. I might have to attend that one later. They do tend to sometimes repeat these different words, and they are fantastic. Okay, also, I'd like to let you know that Go Durham and Go Triangle, they're offering free shared rides. If you have a COVID-19 vaccination appointment, they'll take you from your house to your appointment and back for free. Again, check that out on the Word page. Okay, let's go to the health page. It's called To Your Health. And I'm not mentioning all the pages in the Skywriter. That's why I invite you to check it out at durhamskywriter.com. So I do have your COVID-19, your vaccine information, the test spots, etc. Also, something's been updated as of this week. So in terms of visiting folks in long-term care facilities, you can now visit your loved ones in long-term care facilities. Still, you have to go by their rules, but for the most part, you can visit in person, both indoors and outdoors. So check with the facility wherever your is and see if you can finally go visit them. Give a very careful hug if you can. Okay, let's see where Optum Serve is today. They administer free COVID-19 tests. Some people get tested every single week. If they're working 9 to 5, why not? It's free. So today they're at El Centro Hispano until 6. Drive-through service available. They're also at Oldham Towers, which is downtown, and that's until 4:30. Tomorrow morning, they'll be at El Centro Hispano, McDougal Terrace, and Oxford Manor. Okay, let's go to the health events page, and that is where you go to the health page and then click on the big blue health events button at the top, and that takes you to the support groups. So let's see today, what's on the calendar. Let's see. The Metastatic Cancer Support Group for Women, they'll be meeting from 3 until 4:30 this afternoon. Of course, it's virtual. Also, the Blood and Transplant Survivorship Support Group, they're meeting from 4 until 6 this afternoon. I think that's it for today. Now, tomorrow morning, wait. That's Friday. Okay, never mind. Okay, so that's it for the health page. Let's go to the senior page. I don't even have to go to the senior page. All I have to tell you is to sign up if you're age 50 and up. Sign up for senior games. Durham Parks and Recreation, they're doing it right. They're keeping people safe, and they're bold enough this year to go ahead with the senior games. So we're talking sports as far as the senior games, and then there's the Silver Arts program, and that's for those of us who dabble in the arts, writing, photography, etc. So read about that. There's several ways that you can get your information packet. It's $14 basically to sign up. Of course, you have to pay extra for golf, but of course you always do. So check that out on the sports page and also on the senior page. Okay, last but not least, let's go to the Let's Go page, the calendar of events page. What's on the docket? Let's see. Right now, the Nehemiah Christian Center is giving away free bag lunches until 1. If you are in need, they are on Mangum, which is just north of downtown. Also, this is courtesy of the Durham Public Schools. Check this out. I'm talking about gardening all week, me and my friends. So there's going to be, or my friends and I, sorry, there's going to be a plant giveaway at Eno Valley Elementary School. That's on Milton Road over by the library. So that's today from noon until 6. I cannot wait to go. They're going to have kale, collards, lettuce, Swiss chard, and herb plants, plant starts for your home garden. So be sure, definitely stop by Eno Valley and get some plant starts. Also this afternoon, Durham Downtown Inc., Sonic Pie Productions, they present Durham from the Heart. That is a live concert series where the musician stays home and puts on a concert. And of course, we can give them tips via Venmo, Cash App. Today's is singer, blues rock guitarist Emily Mussolino. It's going to be from 1 until 2. Free concert online. Be sure to check that out. Go to the Let's Go page for the link. Can't wait to see that one. Okay. Also going on today, the National Museum presents Artist Talk, where artist Carrie Mae Weems talks with Duke professor Mark Anthony Neal. That's going to be from 3 until 4. And this will be taped live, I believe, because I think it's going to be part of his radio show or podcast rather later this year. So be sure to watch it live. It's going to be from 3 until 4 this afternoon. And that should be really nice, put on by the Nasher Museum of Art. Okay, New Visions of Africa restaurant, they're giving away free meals. If you're hungry, if you're in need, from 3 until 6 this afternoon, they're on Fayetteville Street, right next door to W.D. Hill. And then the North Carolina Museum of Art, they're putting on Mindful Museum Slow Art Appreciation. That's going to be from till 8. I guess there's a new movement, the slow art movement. I never heard of this. This is where you mindfully observe art pieces and practice controlled breathing techniques. I love how you see people on TV, looking at art mindfully. So you can do it too, and you can do it virtually. That's going to be today from 7 until 8. That should be really fun. Also, Brett's open mic, that's from 7 until 9 this evening. Note Grill. You can go for $5, that's the admission, or you can stay home and watch and just tip Brett and the musicians $5 if you'd like to do that. But it's going to be a socially distanced jam session. As always, the music is going to be tops. And again, that's from 7 until 8 at the Blue Note. That's pretty much it. Let's see what's happening with the weather. It is not as bad as we thought. We thought it was going to be raining all day today, but it looks like it's going to be cloudy all day. It's 46 right now. It's going up to 61. It's not too bad. And then tomorrow is going to be 72 degrees. However, thunderstorms, that's okay. I'll take that 72, rain or not. Now, let's talk about this. Actually, let me grab my notes again because I want to make sure that I get this right. There's an event happening tomorrow that I want you to know about. We'll be talking about that in just a second. Let's see. So the City of Durham's Department of Equity and Inclusion and Durham County's MWBE, and they're co-hosting Connecting the Pieces Small Business Networking Mixer. It's going to be tomorrow for small businesses from 2 until 3. And so we have Eric Miller from the city's Department of Equity and Inclusion, and we have Keisha Davis from Durham County's MWBE program. So let's welcome them and talk about this really cool event happening tomorrow. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you today?
Great. Excited to be here.
Excellent.
The same.
First,
I was trying
out.
to take notes from the earlier parts.
Oh, well, everything's on can be found at 𝗕𝗨𝗟𝗟 𝗔𝗡𝗚.com. But if you have any questions, you can always just call and ask. I'll be happy to help you out with any questions you might have. But first off, I want to first thank Deborah Giles, because she's the one who told me about the two of you, because I called her asking about this this wonderful event. And she said, oh, well, Eric Miller and Keisha Davis, of course. So tell us what's going to be happening tomorrow with this event.
Well, thank you again. And we are excited about tomorrow's event. One of the things, as we've all seen, COVID's impacted our businesses here locally. And there's certain things that we, Keisha and I, have discussed that in terms of levels of support, technical assistance, providing a platform to provide networking, that we thought were essential components that we needed to still be able to deliver in this virtual environment. And so with that, thinking, we decided to start this series of networking mixers. We first had one back in October of last year, and the attendance and feedback we received was very positive. And so we thought we maybe had, tapped into a potential opportunity and way to remain engaged with our community that we couldn't pass up. And so tomorrow would be the next installment in that networking component. And so we're hoping to provide a platform for our local businesses to come together, share some of the things that they're doing in the community, talk about prospective opportunities, provide an avenue for them to also gain more information about the things that our respective offices are doing to support their efforts as well. And so I'm going to pass it to Keisha, and I know she has some really good information to share as well.
Absolutely. We saw an opportunity when the crisis, I'm going to call it a crisis, because we've all been impacted by COVID, and it certainly has been a health crisis, but we had to look at it as an opportunity for us to continue what we are doing, and that is providing support for the minority, small women business community. And we had to think about how we could pivot and engage within the confines that we were forced to do, though. So what we did was, like Eric said, we started we had done some things online before, but certainly the majority of what we did has been in person. So what we did was took an opportunity of the fact that was no longer an option, and we started to do all of our trainings and outreaches on a virtual platform. And really, it surprised us to see how much of an increase the participation has been on these virtual platforms. And Eric and I discuss it all the time, because we're constantly challenging ourselves to meet the needs of our community. So we discuss, like, wow, why is this? Why, things are, people are at home, and yet we're seeing this increase in engagement with our community. And we think that one of the reasons is, the virtual environment is a less, what is the word I'm looking for? Intimidating. It's it doesn't, we don't think that it's quite as intimidating, and we're glad for that, because we're able to get people and go to where people are and engage with them and ask them questions and create relationships that we have not been able to do in the same way in the past. So with that being said, we're looking forward to this networking that we're having tomorrow. We've gotten great feedback so far. We still have a few tickets remaining, but about 57 tickets as of showtime had already been claimed. And this has just, it has just turned out to be an excellent platform for reaching out and engagement. And we are just excited, and we're hoping to continue to do a hybrid model, at least when we all go back to some sense of normalcy. We have tapped into something that we see works for our programs, and we're able to remain productive and to be creative and innovative, and to connect with our audience, those that we are supporting in a different way. And it seems to have been received well. So we're excited.
Wonderful. Wonderful. So during this 1 hour event, are you saying that people are learning ways to connect and do business with the government, or is this for businesses that want to connect with other businesses?
All of the above. So with this particular event that's coming up tomorrow, we are doing it as a open topic. We were doing a series called The Good, the Bad, the Ugly that is very topic specific. This networking event that we're doing tomorrow is an open topic, and we have local contractors that will be joining us. And so we will be talking about how to work with our organizations, with the city and the county, and we will be talking about opportunities within our organizations. But we are so fortunate that we will also have guests that are attending that have opportunities and within our community, within the greater Durham community, and they are eager to share because they are also wanting to connect. There's still work to be done, even though we are, all on lockdown. Buildings continue to be built. There are services that still need to be provided. So we've been really fortunate in being able to connect with the contractors in the area that want to share and want to use a platform that we have.
Mm-hmm. One thing I would like to add to that, if I could, is and one of the considerations of having a more open, more flexible agenda and environment is that we want people to also see it as an opportunity to talk about maybe pivots that they've taken in their own organization and company. Because one of the things that we've noticed is as a result of COVID, there's a lot of businesses that are providing different services that we may have become accustomed to. And we need to know as facilitators and supporting that effort what those services are. And so to give them that platform to be able to spotlight those services is an additional component that we want to be able to allow in that hour. Now, one of the challenges of having, such a small time slot is that there's a lot of work that we're trying to get accomplished in that small window. But we thought it was just long enough to not lose people, but short enough, but also enough time to provide ample opportunity to at least get a broad overview of what's going on in the community, with the hopes of extending that time at a later date based on any relationships you're able to create, during that time.
I think the business owners are going to like this idea. Obviously, they do already. You've already sold tickets. I mean, it's free. I mean, giving away tickets. Well,
exactly. But connection. We're allowing people to make connections that would not otherwise meet. So, right. we have an hour, but our thing is to encourage connections and collaborations, because we realize that every business will not be able to necessarily do business with our organizations. However, there are opportunities in the greater Durham community. And that's very important for us to be able to help our small minority women business community to connect with those opportunities and do what we can to support their efforts, even if they are not necessarily contracting with us. So we are really grateful when we get feedback, and we get this from time to time when a business owner goes, hey, I came to your event and I was able to partner with this company and do this work. So that's always great feedback. So that kind of is hitting on the connection part. So we're excited.
And it's also great, again, that you're so-called pivoting and doing this online. Sometimes business owners just get away, and sometimes they're too busy, or they can't delegate the tasks to someone. They duck out to this meeting. So having it virtual, I think, is very clever. I think people are starting to realize, like, for example, Duke has these meetings for Alzheimer's and dementia caregivers. I used to be one. That's why I moved to Durham. And it was so hard for me to leave my aunt and to tiptoe all the way to over to Duke to attend this meeting. And I'll bet after this pandemic is over, I'll bet they're going to continue having their meetings online, because it's so much easier for the caregivers to stay home and attend virtually. And I think it'll be the same for many business owners. There's nothing like exchanging business cards and meeting people face to face. I give you that. But also, I do recognize that a lot of business owners, especially maybe one or two persons, that really just can't stop working to attend a meeting. So I think you've really hit on something.
And I think you have as well in your comment. I think that's one of the things that Keisha and I discussed, having the flexibility in terms of being available. There's a lot of events that we've offered in the past that only had the in-person component, and we would inevitably get responses that either there was a time conflict or availability conflict. It's just for whatever reason they were unable to attend. And you feel like you're missing an opportunity to create a relationship or support someone in the community just for lack of availability. And so the virtual platform does give us that flexibility. And then Keisha, we were discussing this earlier, it also creates a platform that for those who may be uncomfortable in the in-person environment, they have now an additional element. They can still market their services in an environment that they can gradually kind of become more vocal or more participatory in. And so it's all about creating more flexibility and options to accommodate the various needs of those in our community.
Absolutely.
A strange question, if you don't mind. I'm just going to take advantage of the fact that both of you are sitting there. Is now the time, not today, but 2021, is now the time maybe to think that perhaps Durham can have a business incubator building? The reason I'm asking is because I've noticed storefronts are starting to, people have noticed businesses are going out of business. Storefronts, you notice they're vacant now. I do know that in where I'm from, they have this program. It's very much like, Durham Tech Small Business Center, where they have workshops. So in conjunction with the program like that in Chicago, they have this business incubator. They took over one of the Illinois Bell buildings, and they have reasonable rents. The students attend classes. These are for mostly startup businesses or very small businesses. And it's a safe place to open a business. So you don't see them, because a lot of businesses went out simply because they just couldn't make the rent anymore. It's not like they couldn't provide the services or programs. They just couldn't get out of their lease. And I was just thinking, if we had a business incubator, it would be a safer way for people to start venturing out and opening their own businesses. Because people are saying, because of the pandemic, a lot of us are going to have to start our own businesses. So what do you think? I hate to put you on the spot, but I've been thinking about this for years. I just want to see it happen.
I'm not going to fill on the spot, because I know that it's, I do think, I'll say this. I think that it's a great idea that you have brought up. For myself, I know that is outside of anything that I could do. That's why I said I'm not necessarily on the spot, because that's at a higher level than me.
I just had to ask somebody.
So, I'll pass it on to Eric, but I think that it's a great idea, but it is something that is outside of the realm of what I can do. And I know that.
And what I'll say is I will say that there have been conversations about more creative methods to engage and provide the support in a more comprehensive model. And so I think that does give you the space to address some of the more specific needs in, more specifically the minority communities and the businesses. I think there's a level of specificity that needs to go in developing that model. I've seen iterations of it in different jurisdictions across the U.S. where it has worked. And that really is contingent on the demographics and the level of, I guess, even public and private support that goes into those efforts. Because I think what gets lost a lot of times is the level of support that goes beyond the walls of the city or the county that's so essential in helping to deliver models like that could support the community on a larger scale. I do think it is time to be very specific and intentional in things that we look at in terms of supporting the businesses in our community. And I do think that's one of the models that could get us there.
I would love to see it happen. I just had to mention that. Please forgive me, but I've been wanting to ask someone of that question because I think it's time to think about it. But let's get back to tomorrow's event. It is from 2 until 3. It's virtual. And you haven't sold. I know it's free, but you haven't sold.
Yeah, it is free. So let me go ahead and sell the event. This event is free and it can be found. The event information can be found on Eventbrite. So anyone that is familiar at all with Eventbrite, you can go onto Eventbrite and go to Durham County MWBE program, and you will be able to find the event. You also may be able to do a general search for networking, business networking, but we would love to have anyone that is interested join us. I'll give my personal work email, and that is kjdavis@dconc.gov, like government, G-O-V. Also, if anyone is interested in emailing me directly, I'm happy to send you a registration link. And it's very important to note that 6 o'clock today, tickets will no longer be available. We will need to get the list of people and send the Zoom information. But if for some reason you missed that deadline and you really want to go, Eric and I are both open, I know, for you to contact us. And once again, I'm at kjdavis@dconc.gov. So
awesome. And it's also on the Durham Skywriters Let's Go page, the calendar of events. So
great.
And I'll provide my information as well too. Since Keisha and I do work very closely together, but in case you do need to reach out in terms of anything specific to the city, my email address is eric.miller@durhamnc.gov. And I will give my work cell as well. So in case you have any questions, as Keisha alluded, we will cut off registration, but we will definitely try to accommodate anyone who expresses interest in attending, because one of the challenges in having an event like this is you don't want to have too many people so that you don't maximize the potential value for those in attendance, because it becomes too large and it's harder to manage, and then we can't really provide that guidance and direction within that hour time frame to make it as, probably as effective for those in attendance. So we will cut it off at some point, but we will try to accommodate as best we can. And my personal cell number is 919-384-5271.
Okay. And again, this is for all. I'm sorry, go ahead, Ms. Davis.
One more thing I want to put out there for anyone that's interested in attending, just to encourage you to attend even more so, is that we will be talking about our series that we're doing right now, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. And we will be giving a little preview of our next iteration of that. So, you'll want to come and get that preview. So, and that's been a great series.
I didn't know that you were having an actual series. So what is it, every month?
Every other month, and it's called The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. So we're going through the series, and we started off with communication and the importance of communication. We do interactive skits. We have contractors that participate with us. Our second one was about actually the contract, now going to the next step. And you've gotten the contract, now what? And we look at 3 scenarios: a good, a bad, and an ugly. Like when everything goes great, this is what it looks like. When it's bad, when it's getting bad, you're kind of in the yellow zone, this is what it looks like. And now when you're in the ugly zone, that's your red zone, and that's your stop. And this is what that looks like, and this is how you can have put into action some corrective measures, and we can give advice so that you don't get to that point. So that's been received really well, and we are looking forward to finishing it out with a bang. So you'll definitely want to join us.
Feel free to send the information to Durham Skywriter for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was sort of unaware of this. Sounds great.
It has been. We have really enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun. And we have, rather than to do a standard seminar training, it's very interactive. We do skits. Neither one of us are actors or actresses, but we play. We pretend
It's
like
fun,
we're
isn't it?
ones on these virtual platforms, and it's a lot of fun. And so we think that that also helps to drive the message home. It's just been a whole lot of fun, and it's been received very well. So we're looking forward to finishing it up. So.
Wonderful. Well, thanks again. It looks like, okay, good. So we didn't take up your whole lunch hour. I know you're probably wanting to get lunch before you resume your workday. And I really appreciate Eric Miller and Keisha Davis for coming on the show today to tell us about this. I will put the information in the comments below. And again, I want to thank you for spending, I assume city and county employees get an entire hour, but we won't make any comments whether you do or not. But in any case, I do appreciate you spending a half hour with us. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Pleasure being here. Thank you.
Okay. Have a great day. And I'll talk to you real soon.
Yes.
That was awesome. Yes. So that is tomorrow. Connecting the Pieces Small Business Networking Mixer. Definitely get your tickets. They're free, so why not? Tomorrow from 2 until 3. Thanks again. I just want to say Eric Miller, the city's Department of Equity and Inclusion, Keisha Day from the county's MWB program, and especially Ms. Deborah Giles. I've known her for years, and she's the one who actually set all of this up, and I really appreciate her. So that is it for today's show. You have a beautiful day. It's going all the way up to 61. It's going to be cloudy all day, but tomorrow it's going to be 2. Even though it's going to be stormy, still 72. You can't beat that. So with that, especially in light of my next door neighbor said Colorado got like 2 feet of snow or something. I don't know. Anyway, have a beautiful day, and I will see you tomorrow at noon. Ciao for now.